Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm your friend Nick, and this is week number 3 of me making my first feature film and documenting the whole process. And in today's video, I want to give you the highs, the lows, and what I've learned this week. Make sure you like and subscribe so you keep in the loop. Let's go. So let's talk about the highs of this week. The highs of this week, we got a Fiscal sponsor, which is really exciting. I talked about it before. I'll tell you what a Fiscal sponsor is in a sec, but I'm going to tell you what our main problem was. I initially had another Fiscal sponsor connected to our crowdfunding campaign, but it didn't work. So we had to pivot, and I got approved, and I think we're in the clear. So let's talk about what a Fiscal sponsor is, why it's important, and why do we have it. And this is something I didn't really learn about until this process. So I think a Fiscal sponsor is basically a nonprofit organization that you can use to help make your donations tax write-offs for indie films. And the way this is possible legally is that indie films usually aren't made to make a profit. And because of that, they can be community driven, and therefore they can be a tax write-off if you connect it with a nonprofit organization. And a Fiscal sponsor is a nonprofit that basically is just made to help you have tax credit free donations. And the way this works is they are a nonprofit. They get all the funds. When people donate, it goes directly to them, and then they give the funds back to you. And in doing so, they will charge a percentage, usually like 3%, for them to hold the funds and for them to give them to you. Now you might be like, Nick, why is this worth it? Well, with bigger budget films that you have an indie film, sometimes people will do really big donations, and it's a really good incentive for them to have it be a tax write-off. People give to charities all the time, right? And so this being an option for a charity is really, really great. And what's awesome about it too, if I'm not wrong, is that when people donate now too, our film doesn't have to, it's not taxed as if we got the income, which is really exciting. So it means we get to keep more of our budget, theoretically, if people donate. So we hope that's the case. So that was our main high of this week. And yeah, another high of this week too is I got feedback from a friend about the film pitch that you'll see soon on this channel for the crowdfunding campaign, and she gave really positive feedback, which is great. And it's always good to have someone in your corner that's championing you, and it's really easy to be hard on yourself as a director or art creator, and making sure that you have people in your wheelhouse that can help cheer you on is an essential, because it's really easy to nitpick your work, because that's kind of what we're trying to do as artists, is to refine and alter and ideate and create and then refine. And it's good to have someone that says, this is great, even if it's not perfect, it works. And so my friend, I'll give her a shout out, her name's Quintai. She's kind of my, I wouldn't say ride or die, but kind of close. She's the person that I feel very safe with to share really early works of art with. I met her at NYU, and she's a playwright, and I've shared Flowers with her earlier on before it was ready, and I even shared this film. She's read the script. So it's just good to have someone that is safe in your pocket, and it was a really good high that she really liked the film pitch. So that was a win. Now, let's get into the lows of this week. One of the lows of this week is that our crowdfunding got pushed back even a little bit later, and I talked about this in a short when the day that happened, but we're currently using Seed and Spark. And if you're new here, a crowdfunding campaign is basically a way to, since we are a community-driven film, it's a way that we can ask for donations from people. It's a platform where people can go, they can see what the film we're making, and all these other things like perks that people will get and all of that, and they can donate. And that's called crowdfunding. It's basically helping to build up the funds to do something. People do it for marathons, people do it for all sorts of things, but there's a site specifically for indie filmmaking. There's multiple, but one of the best is called Seed and Spark. And Seed and Spark is my first time working with them. I did Indiegogo for Flowers, and Seed and Spark is better known specifically for indie filmmaking. It has a stronger network, and they help you refine your pitch and your crowdfunding campaign to help you get across the finish line. They have reviewers and they do all these things. And I initially was hoping for a December launch, and we've been pushed to January, which was on the other week update. But what's new is that they are gone for 2 weeks during the holiday season, which makes sense. It's currently December 19th. So thankfully I got a review back from them, but I can't submit my final review until January 5th. And it's a bummer because I was initially going to launch on January 3rd. So, wah wah. But to be honest, I want to be very transparent with you, my friend, because this is filmmaking. This is what it is. You're gonna see me throughout this whole process make all these deadlines and things not meet or not go the way it is. And it's not a sign that anything is going wrong. It's just like, it's the friction of making something. So I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. And although I wish it was earlier on, the reason I want it earlier on, to be honest with you, is because I am so excited for this film, and I cannot wait, seriously, for you to see it and for other people to just jump in it. And it feels like I've been, those like high cliffs. I feel like I like walked up the cliff and I'm like, I see the ocean and I'm like, I'm ready to dive all in, but I'm creeping closer to the edge of the cliff, and then I'm told right when I'm like about to jump, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump in 2 minutes. They say, okay, hold off. We actually need you to wait an hour. We need you to wait 2 hours. And what's scary about this is that the longer you wait, the more that fear builds up, right? Self-consciousness builds up, questioning things build up. Can this work? Are we gonna get the funds? Is this campaign gonna be okay? Are people even gonna care and donate? And so, to be honest, I subconsciously didn't realize this. I purposely tried to make my ramp up as quick as possible. I wanted to get the crowdfunding campaign up and live as soon as possible so I don't sabotage it. I'm not gonna sabotage it because it matters a lot, but I think you can relate to that. When you wanna jump off the cliff and you're told you can't yet, and fear builds up. I'm very protective of that fear not building up too long, because I'm a big believer, sometimes you gotta jump before you're ready, right? So that's where you're getting my frustration from. It's nothing else than that. I think we'll do still very well in January. And to be honest, it allows me, Nick, to focus on my family and like the holiday cheer and things without stressing too much. And what's really cool, side note, is I just finished my UX bootcamp that I've been doing for 9 months. Finished it right now, like right before filming this, and I get a gap before I look for jobs for that in January. So I feel like the universe was like, Nick, you deserve a few weeks off, and I'm super grateful for it. But that is definitely a low, is finding that the crowdfunding got pushed back. And if you care, it's going to be early January. So I'm going to keep you in the loop. I don't mean to be doing this. I'm just more, I want to be transparent with you about the process. And I'm not perfect, and this process isn't going to be perfect, but we're going to push through anyways. And I can't wait for you to see it. And I'm really, really excited. I think the film trailer looks really sick. So next, what I've learned / what I would have done differently. Let's go. What I've learned is there's multiple different fiscal sponsors. So stay with me. I know this might be a little geeky, but how a fiscal sponsor works is some of them connect to the crowdfunding site and some of them don't. The one I had originally, Fractured Atlas, didn't bind with Seed and Spark, and now the new one does. And the reason that they don't bind is, I don't actually know, but I think like Fractured Atlas wouldn't allow me bank information, and I need to give bank information to Seed and Spark. What I would have done differently is I'm proud of the way I'm learning things. How about that? I'm proud that I'm learning this way, but I've learned that there's different reasons for different sponsorships. And yeah, I also learned that, you know, it's okay to trust the timing of things. If something's not in your control, try and like let it go as quickly as possible. Don't ruminate on it. Deadlines are meant to help with structure, but you're not meant to shame yourself if you don't hit them. So that's something I've been learning too. But yeah, I'm excited for this holiday season, and we're gonna see what we can do. I think going forward, I'm going to be trying to get the crowdfunding campaign ready. I can do a lot more. I think I talked about this before, making sure it looks all good with the perks that we have and everything, and just making sure it's ready for them to review by January 5th. So it'll be really exciting, and I really hope you donate. And if not, I hope you share this. I hope, or like the film. And this film, I could cry about it, but it's gonna change people's lives in the world, and it's just one of those films that needs to be out there, and it's healing, and it's all about growing up and childhood, and it's something I wish I saw, and I know it's gonna change people's lives. I just do, and I can't wait for you to join the journey, and I can't wait for you to have the opportunity to put your foot in it. Put your foot in it. But seriously, there's gonna be so many cool perks, and like I can't wait for you to feel attached to the project if you want. And there's never no pressure if you don't want to. I just want to invite you on that journey. It's gonna be really, really cool. It's really, really special. So yeah, so that's how this week went, and stay tuned for next week as well. We're gonna be doing this every Sunday, so just hang out, and I will see you later. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 1K. And yeah, that's all. So I'll see you later, and have a great one, my friend. Bye.